City.
Actually, that's spot on.
It is spot on.
All the competition that try to compete.
Everything is spot on.
Yo, what's up, family? Welcome back here to Spot On Sports, the new wave of sports where we're not just accurate, spot on. This is my point exactly. We've got some very familiar faces in the building. My brothers, Xavier, Hot Take Trey. What's happening, people?
What's going on? What's good? X Factor, you already know.
Oh, Trey on mute mode. All right, let's get it. Let's just jump straight to the show. All right. Well, our first topic today, let's talk about the NFL. Just this weekend, we've seen Tom Brady accomplish yet another accolade for his career, reaching his 10th Super Bowl appearance, adding not another rank on his Hall of Fame status. So as you look at Brady's career, between Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James, who would you guys say has the best career resume? Xavier, I'll start with you.
Man, it's a tough one. I would say it's value. I would have to go with Tom Brady because there's plenty of reasons. Number one, for me, you're in the NFL, and when you go in the postseason, it's only one game, win or go home. In the NBA, you get the best out of 7. So they get plenty of time to adapt the teams they play against. So that's one thing for me. Brady has shown, that he could beat the team the first time with no do-overs. He's been to consecutive multiple Super Bowls and playoff appearances in his career. He did it with 2 franchises. I know LeBron did it with 3, but like I said again, just having that only win or go home attitude and rule to the game, that makes a big deal. He got more rings than LeBron. He tied with Jordan, but he has a better record than Jordan. Or no. Jordan has a better record than he does, but it's valued more when Jordan had a super team and, Tom Brady had lesser talent around him. So I'm going to go with Tom Brady, man. One of the greatest ever.
All right, I'm going to debunk off the rip. Tom Brady is the GOAT. He's the current GOAT, even though my favorite NFL player is Patrick Mahomes, and I think he's the GOAT. But as resume-wise, you can't go against Tom Brady's resume in the NFL. I know you said one and done. It's harder to win a championship in the NFL. To me personally, I feel it's harder to win a championship in the NBA because usually the better team wins in the NBA. You got to win 4 out of 7. Like there's no like in the NFL. Sometimes I feel like it can get fluky. Like a team get hot, the team ain't supposed to be there to get hot, and they get fluky and they win the game. It's only one game, so you said we want to go home. So to me, off that, I'm gonna lean towards Jordan and LeBron's resume because like there's no fluke of getting to the finals. LeBron the finals 10 times, and to get there, it wasn't no one and done. No, he had to beat multiple teams 4 out of 7 times. Jordan. I know him and Brady has tied with championships. Jordan 6 for 6. Like he's been there 6 times, won 6 championships. And off that, I'm a big time LeBron fan. He won 3 championships. He won a championship with 3 different organizations as a superstar. He's been to the finals 10 times, 9 out of the last 10 years. I think 10 out of the last 11 years. But I'm gonna lean towards Jordan because like better resume and better player to me is totally different. To me, I think LeBron's the best player in the league because I feel like he can put him on any team, he could take that team to the championship. But it's hard to beat something when you go to the championship 6 times, never went past the game 6, and you got 6 finals MVPs. So even though he had Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman for the second 3-peat, and in the first 3-peat he had what's the dude with the Orlando? I forgot his name.
Horace Grant.
Yeah, Horace Grant and Paxton. But like I said, Jordan, he's been there 6 times, Never went past game 6. And 6 Finals MVPs, and he three-peated 2 separate times. To me, it's going to be hard to beat that resume. And I know I think LeBron's the GOAT, and I know like LeBron's still building on his resume. If he keep going and adding championships and adding final appearances, it's gonna be hard to say that he don't have a better resume. But as of today, I just feel like it's hard to top 6, not going past game 6 and 6 Finals MVPs.
I got you though, Trey. I got you. That's where I got you right there. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you about LeBron. He undisputed GOAT, no question. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm on your side over that. But this is where I part ways. When you say Jordan dominated back to back, that's true. But he only dominated in one era, in one decade. Tom Brady did it in multiple decades. So that's what you got to look at that too. That's what kind of separates him from the rest of the pack. He did this he doing this in a new kid. This is supposed to be when he's declining. Jordan didn't do this at 40-some years old when he was with the Wizards. He didn't do that. So now that he's come, Tom Brady's still keeping that MVP almost level of play. It's hard for me not to say Tom Brady just because he dominated in multiple decades.
Are we gonna say his MVP level of play? Because the first championship he was a bus driver, and yesterday when he played Green Bay, he threw 3 picks. He didn't play good now. Like I know they say the victor writes the narrative. So Tom Brady won, so he gonna get the narrative that he won, so he the reason why they won. He didn't play good yesterday. The 6 championship Jordan won, like I said, he had 6 Finals MVPs. It was one of the Super Bowls in New England where Deion Branch got an MVP. Against the Eagles? Deion Branch got an MVP. Nobody else everybody knew when Michael Jordan played, he was the best player of the team. He got the MVP. He took it home. He hit the big shot. He hit the big shots. Like, come on, dog. Like the first Super Bowl, Tom Brady was the bus driver against the Rams, and then I'm just saying, man. Like
I was about to say. Oh, go ahead. My bad, brother. My bad.
There you go.
I was about to say it's easy to go 6 for 6 when you have the best team, the greatest team in the NBA at that point. And let's be honest. Let's be honest here, people. Like I said, how Brady's doing this every decade. He's playing against more play as he's going every decade. The game evolves, which means the players evolve, which means they get better. Jordan was playing against players. Let's face it. In today's game, come on now, they all getting cooked by all these new kids out here hooping. Luka, Kevin Durant. If Kevin Durant and these players in Jordan's era, he's not going 6 for 6. I just don't see it.
All right,
they wasn't as skillful as today's players.
You know they changed the rules back then. They could handshake. I'm telling you, you put Charles Barkley in today. You put Shaq in today's game. I think Shaq would dominate because ain't no big man down low. You put Penny Hardaway. Penny Hardaway will eat in today's game, dude. Who else? Gary Payton. Like there was a lot of scores back in the day, man. They could eat today because you can't touch me. Like Penny Hardaway, he was the first of the big point guard. It was Magic, then it went to Penny. Then you got who else? Jordan played. Karl Malone had the mid-range pick and pop. John Stockton. You thought Steve Nash ate in the 2000s. What do you think John Stockton would do? Who else? Charles Barkley. Who's stopping Charles Barkley at all?
So are you telling me they're more skillful than Kevin Durant, LeBron, Kawhi?
I'm not saying they're more. I'm not saying they're not more skillful. But I'm saying the rules change where it allows people to do good. Like you can't touch nobody. If you get blue on, it's a foul. Like Trae Young drawing foul by sticking his butt out with people behind him. I know y'all see that, dog. That's how he drawing fouls now.
He ain't the first though, but yeah, they definitely on that.
Yeah, I know he's like so. Like the game has changed. Like I think if Jordan, Jordan averaged like once like 36, where they can handshake him and like they could like we got the Jordan rules. Dude, Detroit was beating him up. Like they was trying to kill this man, and he still averaged 36 that season. He put Jordan the Jordan today game. I know they said I think Jordan can average. He can push 40, dog. I'm a Rockets fan. I seen James Harden average 36 or 35 2 years ago, and like it was a bunch of free throws and like shooting threes, dog. I think Jordan could adapt his game and get a bunch of foul calls. He shoot like 80-something% from the free throw line. if that mid-range jumper killer, man, I think you disrespecting what Jordan did in the '90s, dog. Like
I just
what he did, dog. Like I said, like in the NFL, you could get flukes like Tim Tebow beating Pittsburgh. That was fluke, dog. Like if that was a 7 game if that was a 7 game series, Denver going home. Like that fluke stuff don't work in the NBA.
and I like how you said '90s. Well, can we take the time and respect and just honor how Tom Brady is such a doable quarterback, even though he barely gets sacked like that. But he's such a doable because football is a more contact sport than basketball,
Man,
right? So can we respect that how doable he is to get all these championships?
Let's be realistic, dog. The NFL is becoming soft. They don't let you touch quarterbacks, dog. Like, come on now. They want to protect Tom Brady to play till he's 45 years old. You can't do that in the NBA.
Was they
in the NBA? In the NBA, you gotta play both sides of the court. You gotta run up and down the court. Tom Brady don't play one side, dog.
I get that.
I mean, we're not gonna act. Michael Jordan he scored like 40. He had like a 40-point game with the Washington Wizards. We ain't gonna act like he was just out there being a bum with the Wizards. Like he was getting buckets, dog. He averaged 20 points a game.
But he wasn't the same.
Like,
can we be real? He wasn't the same. Come
on
now.
Look, are you a LeBron fan? LeBron fan right now at 36 ain't the same LeBron fan 2 years ago at 26, but he's still dominating. Like, come on, man. You can't say just because I understand you said Brady did it in different eras, but it's still playing quarterback. He's still throwing the ball, and he still had the greatest coach of all time coaching him. And I know this year he got Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians ain't no slouch, dog. He took the Arizona Cardinals to the Super Bowl, so he's always had great coaches. To me, the NFL is won by it's about coaches. It's the coaches and quarterback. And Tom Brady is a great coach. I mean, a great quarterback, and he played for good coaches. He played for the GOAT coach and a good coach of Bruce Arians.
Did you say Tom Brady played for the greatest coach of all time?
Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time, dog. Come on now.
No, what? He need to be drug tested, folks. He need to be drug tested. John Madden is the greatest coach of all time.
How many Super Bowl John Madden got?
I'm not sure.
Are you saying this because the video game is named after him? Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. that ain't no Jermaine. Am I drunk for saying that? Like, that ain't no debate. Like, Belichick, like, he the GOAT, man.
So rings make
that's another topic though. That's for sure another topic, especially after seeing the season the Patriots had. You know, the conversations we were having prior to the season. Who needed who more? Was it Belichick needed Brady? Was it Brady need Belichick? And now here we are. Who's in the Super Bowl? So that's another topic we probably gonna have to save.
All right, man. But Jordan resume is better than Tom Brady resume.
Brady resume is way better.
All right, man.
Wow. Y'all gonna have to agree to disagree. I mean, I'll state my opinion. I'm slightly sliding over to Xavier's side for the simple fact that what he said, Brady has played in 3 decades now, the 2000s, the 10s, and now in the 20s. And I heard a crazy fact about Tom Brady. When he won his first Super Bowl and he got his first Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes was in kindergarten. No lie.
Hey, man. What if I can't compare the longevity of an NBA career, because to me in the NBA your peak is only that long because how much running you do. Like, it's really more taxing on your body. Like, to me, to play quarterback, you can play quarterback longer because as you get older, as you get slower and stuff, you gain that in the mind. So now Brady he's not really playing the game athletically. He's playing the game with his mind and his arm. Like, all you need is your arm. He playing chess. Like in the NBA, as you get older, once you start losing your athleticism, it's really you done. So I can't negate what y'all saying on that. Like you in the NBA, like LeBron, as he getting older, he's losing athleticism, he getting better, but like you can tell he's a different player. So to that point, if we want to go by like the decades, and I said LeBron career better than Brady, because LeBron went to the championship in 2003. His fourth year in the league, he lost, but he won the championship against Kevin Durant. Then he went back to Cleveland and won a championship in Cleveland. And then he went to LA and he won the championship when they ain't been in the playoffs in 8 years.